Hello and welcome. I'm Michelle from Fern and Quill, and in this video I'm going to walk you through how to use my pattern templates specifically in Canva. And if you haven't got one of my templates yet, you can find them over on my Etsy shop, which is fernandquill.etsy.com, and I'll pop the link to that in the description for you. If you are using a different app, I do have tutorials for Illustrator as well as Canva, Adobe Fresco, Procreate and Affinity, and I'll link to each one in the description. But first off, let's do a quick review of the process of how to use my templates and pattern tiles in general. So this is a seamless pattern tile. When the tile is placed side by side and top to bottom, it repeats infinitely. This is a basic repeat. To create this infinitely repeating tile using my templates, we are going to start by designing the center repeat by positioning our motifs in the guided spaces. Then we're going to duplicate that center repeat and shift them to the four corners of our canvas. When constrained to the original canvas, the result that you get is a seamlessly repeating pattern tile. To follow along with me, you will need your pattern template, and depending on which one you bought, yours may or may not look the same as the one I'm using for this demonstration. But as long as your template has the darker guides in the center and then lighter guides in the four corners, the process is going to be exactly the same. Inside of Canva at the home screen, we want to create a custom size. You can choose whichever size you like for your pattern, as long as it is square. I'm going to create a 3600 pixel by 3600 pixel. If your units are not showing pixels, if they're showing inches, centimeters, or millimeters, just change it to pixels and then create a new design, and that will open up our artboard. If you haven't already done so, you can upload your template, your pattern template. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place that on our artboard, and we want to resize it so that it fits our artboard perfectly. You can see when I resize, it snaps to the grid, and you can see that it is 3600 by 3600 pixels. If you're a bit shaky at this step here, just come over to position and then type in 3600 by 3600. If you've done a different tile size, if for example yours is 3000 or yours is 4000 pixels, then make sure that you enter the dimensions of your actual artboard, and then you can check that your pattern tile fits in here. Okay, so now you can also reduce the transparency of the template itself if you like to just have it really light, but so that you can see it nice and clearly, I'm going to leave mine at 100%. It's also a good idea here to lock your template here. So if you haven't got it selected, just select it and hit the lock button. That's just so that when you're moving motifs around, it doesn't accidentally move. You can always unlock it later. So for this demonstration, I'm going to use some cute little potion bottles that I illustrated outside of Canva. And so I'm just going to pop them onto my artboard now. And I'm just going to resize them so they are roughly the same size as the guides that I have. Now your guide might look a little bit different. You might have botanical elements on here, or you might have bows. It just depends on which actual template you purchased. And it doesn't really matter because the process is the same as I said. But all I'm going to do here is I'm going to position my potion bottles so that they roughly fit within the guides. They do not have to be exact, just as long as they fit within the guides themselves. So we can rotate, reposition, and I'm also going to duplicate. Okay, I've positioned all of my motifs now, and I'm happy with the placement. And our next step is to duplicate our center repeat. So if you'll notice here, I've only positioned motifs within the guides that have a black outline, not a light grey background, light grey border, sorry. So what I want to do now is duplicate all of these elements and position them in the top left, bottom left. And to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a rectangle shape. I'm going to press R as a shortcut. Alternatively, you can find it in elements. You can look for shapes, and in the basic shapes, just add a square. It doesn't matter what color it is, but we do need to ensure that it fills the artboard perfectly. So again, 3600 by 3600 pixels. If you're shaky, just use your position and your width and height in pixels. And then what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the transparency down to 0. Yes, 0. We don't want to see it. We need it to be there, but we don't want to see it. Then we can highlight all of our elements. What you will notice if you do that is that it has only selected my potion bottles, not the square behind it, not the invisible rectangle. So what I'm going to do is hold down my shift button so that I can then additionally select that, and then I'll group it. So now, just to double check that you don't have any elements that are spilling over your artboard, just select your new group, click position, and just double check that your width and height is correct. If there's something spilling over the edge, you will see it here. You will also see if it's not big enough. So just ensure that you have it perfectly square for this next step. So now what we're going to do with our group selected, we want to duplicate it to the 4 corners. So you can click duplicate, and then with the duplicate, you want to position it into one of the corners. You've got a lot of things to snap to here. So while we can try and snap it until we see those purple markers, another method you can use is your XY positioning. So for the top left, we want it to be minus 1800 by minus 1800, and that will position it perfectly for us. Now we'll take another duplicate and we'll position it at the top right. Again, you can try and snap it to the guides, or we can enter the XY dimensions. This time it will be 1800 by minus 1800. Those figures will be different. Say if your artboard is 4000 by 4000 pixels, these will then say 2000 by minus 2000 pixels. This digit is half of your artboard size. So if you're 3000 pixels, it'll be 1500, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now we'll repeat to do the bottom right and the bottom left. So I'm going to duplicate whoops, I've just moved it. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate my group again, bring it down to the bottom right. If we want to precisely position it, we're going to enter the X value of 1800 and the Y value of 1800 as well. And lastly, we'll do the bottom left corner, which will be minus 1800 by 1800. Again, they'll be different if your artboard is not the same size as mine. So now you can see that we have our seamless pattern tile, but we can also see the template. The template doesn't need to be there in the final copy. So if you just come over, just select any element, just click position, and under the layers tab, scroll down to your template layer. You probably won't be able to see it because it's so faint, but just click to unlock, right click and unlock, and then you can delete your template layer. So now what we're left with is just our seamless pattern tile. We can also change the background color if you want to. I'd love to add like a purple color to this. So I've just got my background layer selected, and I'm just going to change it to a nice kind of magical purple color. Want a good bit of contrast until you're happy with it. So now I have a seamless repeating pattern tile. If I was to export this and position it side by side, you can see that this potion bottle here, the edge of it is cut off, but it appears over this side. Likewise with this green potion bottle, it is cut off, but you can see that the part that's cut off also appears down here. So it's a seamless tile. When we position it side by side, top to bottom, it will infinitely repeat. To export this, we're going to go to Share, Download, and I'd highly recommend either a PNG, that's my preference, PNG, because it retains most of the quality, or you can export it as a JPEG. But PNG, at minimum, your size should be 1. If you need to increase it, you may get a little bit of pixelation, but it's also a pro feature as well. So if you're using the free version of Canva, you won't be able to do that. Okay, but if you're happy with your settings, now click download, and then it will download a copy of your pattern tile ready for you to save it and use it wherever you like. I hope this video has helped you make progress in your pattern design journey. And if you get stuck at any point along the way, you are absolutely welcome to reach out for support. I respond to every comment on my videos personally, so I can help you with some troubleshooting advice. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in another video.